Hi Rock Buds, it's Papa. Merry Christmas to you and may God bless every single one of you. I appreciate you. Today we're going to talk about how to identify rocks. And subscribe if you like this. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Here we go. Rock identification. Knowing where you are when you find your rock is useful because different rocks are found in different places. And this super app called RockD that you can get on your phone can not only tell you where you are on the face of the earth, it can also tell you what are the most likely rocks you're going to find. Once you're in RockD, the blue circle shows you where you are. You have to be within phone signal range. And you just use your fingers to zoom in closer and closer and closer. And when you touch the blue circle, it will show you what kind of rocks you're most likely to find. In this particular case, we're talking about mica schist, gneiss, and amphibolite. These are metamorphic rocks. If you know what geologic province your rock is in, you can narrow down the possibilities for your rock. This map shows the geologic provinces of a lot of the eastern U.S. Let's take a closer look. The blue area on this map, marked number 1, is the Cumberland Plateau, also called the Appalachian Plateau and the Allegheny Plateau. And you will find sedimentary rocks here and coal. The tan area marked number 2 is the Valley and Ridge Province. Here you will find sedimentary rocks. The dark red area with the yellow spot in it is called the Western Blue Ridge Province. Here you will find metasedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Metasedimentary rocks are rocks that are well on their way to being metamorphic rocks, but you can still see their structure. The light red color, marked number 4, is the Eastern Blue Ridge geologic province, and you will find metamorphic rocks and igneous rocks. Number 5, marked in green on the map, is the Inner Piedmont geologic province, and you'll find metamorphic and igneous rocks here. And number 6, also in green on the map, is the Carolina Terrane or Carolina Superterrane, and once again you will find metamorphic rocks and igneous rocks here. The outside of a rock shows the effects of weathering and erosion. By cracking the rock, you expose a fresh, unweathered surface that exposes the mineral crystals in the rock, making it much easier to identify. There are 3 main kinds of rocks in the world: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Look at your rock and try to figure out which one of the 3 it is. The RockD app can help here because it'll show you the most common rocks found in your area, and you can look at them and decide. For example, we know that mica schist, gneiss, and amphibolite are all metamorphic rocks. And if we don't know that, we can look them up on Google to find out. Knowing your rock's geologic province is super helpful because, as in this example, if it says Valley and Ridge Province, you know you're going to find sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks usually do not have any kind of banding or striping in them like this granite and this basalt example. With sedimentary rocks, you can often just look at them and tell what they are, like this sandstone specimen. Sedimentary rocks, like these shales, have lines of layering that are fairly straight instead of being swirled and twisted. And if you see fossils in the rock, you're looking at a sedimentary rock, usually shale or limestone. You can do the acid fizz test to see if your rock is sedimentary limestone or sedimentary dolomite. Metamorphic rocks very often have light and dark bands in them, and these light and dark bands are very often twisted and swirled. Metamorphic rocks like this Metagabbro often look pretty worn out and beat up. A funky color like this green in this metabasalt can also tip you off to a metamorphic rock. The flat, shiny sheen of schist tells you it's a metamorphic rock. If you think your rock is either an igneous rock or a metamorphic rock, try to figure out if it's felsic, intermediate, or mafic, because that tells you what kinds of minerals it's likely to contain. Felsic rocks are light in color and usually contain lots of quartz and lots of potassium feldspar. Intermediate rocks usually have a kind of salt and pepper appearance and contain lots of sodium-rich feldspar and biotite mica. Mafic rocks are dark in color and contain lots of calcium-rich feldspar and hornblende and pyroxene, both dark minerals. Ultramafic rocks are usually greenish and they're soft. You can scratch them with your fingernail or for sure with a nickel coin. Look at your rock with a hand lens if you have one and try to figure out what minerals you're seeing. Quartz crystals in a rock are always gray or clear. Feldspar is going to be mostly white but can also be orange or pink. Biotite is going to be black and you can scratch the biotite with a nickel coin. This is biotite gneiss, an intermediate metamorphic rock, so I know that the clear or gray stuff will be quartz, the white stuff will be sodium-rich feldspar, and the black stuff will most likely be biotite mica. In this diabase, which is a mafic igneous rock, I can see the little rod-shaped white crystals that tell me they're calcium-rich feldspar, and because a nickel coin won't scratch the black stuff, I know it's hornblende and or pyroxene. And here is amphibolite, a mafic metamorphic rock, and in this case the calcium-rich crystals are kind of platy or lath shape, as they say. One of the best ways to identify a rock after you crack it is to compare it with pictures in a really good rock book. If you do have a pretty good book with pretty good photos, you can skip all the previous steps and go right to the photo comparison, although I do recommend doing the other steps because they are really good learning processes for a future geologist. And here's a book that I highly recommend. It's my book, and it's called The Rocks of Georgia. You can find it just go to Amazon and type in Rocks of Georgia or Dan D. Williams. And the reason I like this book is it has a section that has tables that show you what kind of rocks you're liable to find in each province. It also has really good photographs of rocks. I took a lot of care with these photographs, and it's fairly comprehensive. The photographs are good quality, and you can use them to compare with your rock. And these, even though this is the Rocks of Georgia book, these rocks are rocks that you find all up and down the eastern United States. So rock buds, that's it for identifying rocks. Hope you like it. And this is Papa saying a very Merry Christmas to all of you. I appreciate every single one of you guys and think about you a lot. So happy rock hunting. Pop out.